Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we're doing ban list talk, specifically stuff that can come off the ban list. I have 6 cards here that I would love to see come off the ban list here. I just think these are like the first and most obvious options from stuff on the ban list that I think Konami could pull off right away. Now, I know Konami's not going to pull these all off at the same time, but I do think in any given ban list, there's a chance that 1 or 2 cards get removed off the ban list in one fell swoop. So that would be the hope here, that at least 1 or 2 of these, and then maybe over the course of the next year, 3 or 4 ban lists, we may see all of these removed, or at least a majority of them. That would be really cool. The reason we're talking about this now, we are 2 months removed from the most recent ban list, or the previous ban list on September 25th. That is now November 25th, which means we only have about a month left until Konami's going to start, until we're going to get into like serious where's the ban list mode. Because Konami generally goes about 3 months, or at least they have been as of late, between ban lists. So I think now's a good time to talk about it. And I think there's a couple cool options. So I've got 6 different cards that we're going to talk about whether or not they can come off. These are ones that I specifically think can come off totally. And hopefully they do. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Let's get into this thing. First and foremost, Heavy Storm. The fact that we have Harpy's Feather Duster but not Heavy Storm is like funny to me. I get it. Heavy Storm has the added benefit of being able to like remove your own spells and traps, which can actually be really useful in certain archetypes. But I do think overall it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, it's not out of this world, especially if they want to just put it at 1. This seems like the type of card, like Harpy's Feather Duster, that they would just put it 1 copy and let it go. I think a lot of people would still opt to play Harpy's Feather Duster or Lightning Storm over this card anyway. It just has that added synergy that maybe if you're on a known archetype that likes having its own cards destroyed, that this could be a cool card for that. But outside of that, I don't really think it's too crazy. I think it's totally fine to come back. We have enough back row hate. Back row decks are resilient enough, like Labyrinth, that it's not that huge of a deal. So that'd be really cool. Next up, Dino Wrestler Pankratops. These are like the easy ones to me. These are like the obvious ones. Pankratops should just come off. It just should. No ifs, ands, or buts about it to me. This is a hard once per turn card. It's obviously a very good card. It only got hit because it was being a little bit overplayed, you could argue. But this card's been power crept, man. Like, Fenrir is just this, but better. People are main decking Fenrir. You can't play both of these together. Fenrir is better. Fenrir actually does stuff going first. This card does not, aside from like in actual dinosaurs. And like, it's still a really good card. I just miss being able to play this at 3 because this was a good like catch-all kind of card, right? Just going second, like even if your opponent sided like a Floodgate card, this card could potentially handle a Floodgate that really wrecks your deck. You know what I mean? Tikaboo, you know what I mean? Those types of Floodgates, anti-spell, this guy kind of handles, which is really nice. And he was just like a versatile card. Big body, beat over something, and then take care of another card. It would just be a 2-for-1 in a lot of scenarios. I just miss having like a catch-all, like kind of cover any matchup type card in the side deck, and so that would be really cool. I don't think it's deserved anymore. I get it because Konami wanted more diverse formats in the past, but at this point, totally bring him off. That's my second option there. Number 3, Magis Spectre, Unicorn, Kieran. This one needs to happen. I'm a little bit nervous because I believe this guy did not come off the ban list in the OCG, if I'm remembering correctly. And they got the new Magis Spectre cards. And the new Magis Spectre support literally reads like, summon Kieran from deck. Get access to Kieran way more easily. And then they did not release Kieran, I believe. If they don't do that here in the TCG, that would just be such a bummer. This support is like built around Kieran, helping this deck make Kieran more consistently, make good use of Kieran, even if they want to put Kieran at 1, so that way it's not like a huge piece. Now I know Pendulum decks can get access to any Pendulum monster they want with stuff like Beyond, and and in the OCG specifically with Electromite, but I still think like even at 1 it's totally fine because you can like get him back and just keep pen summoning later on, and just the 1 copy is totally enough. That may actually be all you want to play. But this card's really good. You have to respect it, but it's small enough, and it has enough ways to work around it, even if it is annoying, that I think at 1 copy it would be fine. So I would love to see Kieran come back, even if it's just at 1 to start. That's all the new support needs, because it needs to have access to this card. Without it, that support is like much less interesting to me. So I think it just makes sense. New support, release the card that goes with it. I think that's just an easy one. And then for the final 3, I've got Orist Haror here. I would love to see this card go to 3. I know for a fact Konami would never release this straight to 3, but they would put it at 1 and see how it does, and then go from there. But even that would be a win, because this card is just such a crucial part of what Orcust loves to do. And we're even seeing with the new Horus cards and stuff, Orcust getting a little bit of life back in it. I saw Trell from Team APS topped a regional with what it was like Orcust, Bestial, Horus. Which is a really cool combination, and I don't think that should scare people away, because I think that deck at best is like Rogue, and let's be honest, I bet that deck is more so being carried by the Horus and Bestial cards than it is the Orcust package, so I don't think bumping the Orcust package will really change that much. It could be really nice for them. They really would love to see Harp Horror back in rotation, but it wouldn't be the end of the world, so I think it's perfect. I think we've been ready for this card for like over a year, but Konami has been pretty stubborn about it. But I think with some of the other stuff like Horus and stuff, this would be the perfect time to help push them even further and make them a little more hype for people. So I think Harp Horror would be an awesome one to bring off the list at this point in time. Number 5, second to last one we have here, MX Saber Invoker. This one is actually looking at the OCG, whereas they didn't pull off Kieran, and I think they should for the TCG. They did pull off MX Saber Invoker, and we have not yet. It's a very scary card, because this card has been a part of like very scary strategies in the past, being able to generically summon any level 1 Earth Warrior or Beast Warrior from deck, straight from deck, is pretty scary. But it's really specifically scary until you turn around and actually look through what targets there even are in the game to be summoned out of the deck. There's really not great ones. The best things I can think of here is potentially playing a small Zodiac package in like a Goblin Rider deck, because the Goblin Riders pump out level 3s. So like maybe making this guy in Goblin Rider to then summon like into a Zodiac card, and then get into like the ability to get a ton of materials and just get a ton of Zodiacs overlaid on top of each other. But the problem nowadays is Zodiacs take so much extra deck space to do like even like some of their basic stuff that it's a little bit risque. It's not super clean anymore. And so I don't know how this would go. I'm still scared of it, but if the OCG felt comfortable enough to do it, and we haven't seen it do anything for them, like I think we could definitely pull this off and not be too fearful, but it's still something I'm going to keep an eye out for. Maybe it's good enough to make Goki's a little bit better. Now any rank 3 package is a starter in Goki. Obviously Zodiac. There's got to be some other options for Earth Warriors and Beast Warriors, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. Still a cool card. It's a little scary, but I don't know. I think it'd be fine enough, and Konami is probably going to dodge giving it direct support if for the near future, and we'll just have to make sure nothing else crazy comes through there. But still a cool card. I've always liked this card, but there's no denying it. It's a terrifying card, generically, for any rank 3 package to just become insane, but you have to respect it. So, yeah. There. And the last one, I've been saying this one for a while. Zodiac Dryden. Get this boy off the ban list. So, something specific I want to note here. If you go through the entire list of extra deck monsters on the ban list that are banned, they are either floodgates or insane combo facilitators. Almost all of them. Or like stupid win conditions, right? Kit Kalos, insane facilitator. Starving Venom, FTK card. Elder Entity Norden, insane card. Thunder Dragon Colossus, Floodgate, Hulk, facilitator. Curious facilitator. The Guard Dragons, facilitators. Electromite, facilitator. Goblin, Mermaid, Linkross, Auroradon, Meow Meow Moo, Anaconda, Samorg, Elf, Summon Sork, Scarecrow, all insane facilitators. Topologic Bomber Dragon, insane win condition. Union Carrier, insane access to anything, stupid facilitator. Chaos Ruler, Ib, stupid facilitators. Tempest Magician, FTK card. All of these cards fall into one of 3 categories. Insane auto win card. Insane facilitator to allow certain decks to generically access like stupid stuff they shouldn't have access to. Or like an FTK type card. This card is just pops a card. That's all this card does. Now listen, that's still good because of how easy Zodiac can make it, but it's not that good. It's good, but it's not that good. It's really not. So I cannot fathom for the life of me why anybody would still think Zodiac Dryden has to be banned. We still have, I think there's even an argument to take all the Zodiac cards off the ban list except Broad Bull, but I know they could potentially combine with some other archetypes and be pretty scary there. I think at least Dryden should come off. And then maybe in a year or two, when we look at where the format is again, like maybe we start looking at Barrage and we start looking at Rap here coming back to 3. That kind of stuff. But I think Dryden can be back right this second. I do not understand why this card's still on the ban list for us. This card was wrongfully hit in the first place. We knew that Tri-Brigade was the problem, and they hit Dryden anyway, and it didn't change a goddamn thing because people just like shifted to a slightly different variant of Tri-Brigade, and it was dumb as hell. It made no sense. So Morg was always the card to hit, and that proved true when they finally hit it. So bring back Dryden, 100%. So yeah, if 2 of these get brought off the ban list, if I could pick any 2 to come off the ban list, I would pick Dryden for sure, because I like Zodiacs. I never got to play them during their format, so I'm not dry on them. I know a lot of people hate them from the tier 0 stuff, but with where they've been power crept to this point, I think they're just a cool deck, and this is a really nice tool for them, and it's also a generic tool, because any 2, like some of the Zodiac monsters are generic 4s, and then you could get to a Dryden via a generic rank 4 package. That's kind of cool. If I could pick one other card to come off the list, I'd pick Kieran. I actually am interested in the Magis Spectre stuff, and just to get Kieran back to 1 would be so helpful in that. That would make the deck, it would put the deck in a legit better like position than it is right now. So fingers crossed we get at least 2 out of these in the next ban list, even if the ban list doesn't hit a ton of stuff in our current format, but we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But I'm in here for today. Thank you so much for watching, all guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are there any other cards that are currently banned or limited that you think totally could and should come off the ban list? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below on that in the comments. But I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.